Hey everybody, it's Chainsaw Reacts back once again with another video for you guys. Today I want to talk about Titans, specifically Season 3 that's upcoming in fall of 2020. It was recently announced, and of course we just wrapped up Season 2. I wanted to talk about why I personally think Titan Season 3 needs to go in a new direction, a different direction entirely. Because thinking back on Season 1 and Season 2 specifically, about what they've accomplished and how they could have drastically made just small little changes and it would have made the show better, in my personal opinion. The show needs to go into a different direction because of the things that they're handling and how, in my personal opinion, some of them, they're not handling them well, poorly. The setup is great, but the execution is a different thing entirely. I overall enjoy this show. Let me be clear about that. I overall enjoy the show for what it is. But man, there's some things they could be doing that could just make it on another level. And in my personal opinion, they're kind of dropping the ball. So I'm going to go through some of the things I think they need to change, they need to fix in order for Season 3 to be successful. Because right now, the way Season 2 ended with that finale, a lot of people are questioning, is it going to be even worth watching Season 3? The biggest thing is that some major events that happened in Season 2 were not addressed at any point after the fact. It was just kind of like, sweep it under the rug. It doesn't matter, we're moving on, moving on, moving on. That's not how this works, okay? The first thing that I brought up about this is the fact that Dick Grayson broke out of prison. He's a criminal. He broke out of prison, and it was never addressed. He just broke out, and that's it. Moving on, because we got to get to Nightwing. Okay, I can't wait to get to Nightwing. I freaking love it. I love the suit. It's awesome reveal. But at the same time, he broke out of prison. You can't just ignore that. There has to be consequences to that. We have to address it in some sort of capacity. I brought that up, and then a viewer of mine responded to me on Twitter when I brought this up, saying some more things, about things they didn't cover. Starfire and Raven broke into prison to get him out. He was already out, but they broke into prison, attacking guards. Not addressed, not talked about. Put it under the rug, doesn't matter. Just ignore it, put it away, put it away, put it away. Another thing, earlier in the season, in Season 2, Superboy attacked cops. Now, he doesn't know right from wrong in a sense. He's still learning. He attacked cops openly. There's video footage. It was covered on the news. Not addressed. The team didn't address it. Dick Grayson didn't address it with him. Nothing. Swept under the rug. Move on. The last thing, which is a major thing, there's probably even more. Beast Boy attacked people. He killed people in multiple areas under the mind control of Cadmus, but it wasn't addressed. It was just like, well, we fixed them, so we're fine now. That's not how this works. He attacked people in that coffee shop, wherever. It's assumed he killed people. Same thing at the fair in the finale. Come on, you can't just ignore this shit. If you do something like that in Season 3, you have to have it matter. You can't just have something happen, oh, for the audience shock value or something, and then just ignore it and go away and then just don't address it ever again. It's not how this works. Number 2, and honestly, this is actually more important in my personal opinion to the consequences one, but at the same time, they're all important in my personal opinion. The Titans actually being a team. Okay, they teased that in the last few seconds of Season 2 finale. I know. The show's called Titans. It's not called Dick Grayson, who's Robin, who's going to become Nightwing. Jason Todd as Robin. Beast Boy, Starfire, Raven, blah, blah, blah. It's called Titans. It's not called Titans, but not for a while. Besides the flashbacks in Season 2, when were they actually a team? It's in the last minute or so, even less than a minute of the Season 2 finale. And them at the fair or whatever, working together in a sense because of Superboy and Beast Boy and all that kind of stuff. That wasn't them as a team. They weren't the Titans. They were just there together and trying to stop all this stuff. They weren't actually a team yet. And it's like, okay, Season 1 I understand completely because it's an origin. You're setting everything up. You're setting up these characters, blah, blah, blah. And then right in Season 2, you just bypass, of course, all the Trigon stuff, which we'll get to in a second. But then you introduce Titan's Tower. Okay. And then we have flashbacks of them being a team with Aqualad and everything. And we have other flashbacks showing them as a team after the fact. Okay, we're at Titan's Tower. We got these characters here. We got the old and the new. We're going to get the Titans together. No, not till the finale, the last few seconds. It's a little ridiculous. So they're basically telling us with that last little sequence at the end of Season 2 finale that they're going to be a team in Season 3. Okay, can we stick with that? Can we actually stick with that and actually it be a part of the show and not have them separate again where they're all on their own again and shit? Like, come on. It's called Titans. It's okay for them to have arguments and disagreements and everything, but man, can we just have them working together? I know, this seems like a ranty video, and it really is. I want this show to succeed, and right now, everyone's talking about it online and saying for the most part, man, they really dropped the ball with that Season 2 finale. And the same thing with how they handled Season 1. So, come on! They have to stick the landing. They started off strong, in my personal opinion, with the Season 2, well, premiere in a sense of kind of wrapping quick with Trigon, but it just seems that they started off strong with Deathstroke and teasing him and building up, and then they just petered out. So yeah, I understand. It seems like kind of ranty, but I'm just being honest here. Number 3, the main villain needs to actually be in the show more than just a little bit, or just enough for them to actually make an impact. Season 1, Trigon ended up being the main villain, and he was barely in it, like really slim, just barely in it. And then, of course, they butchered the finale, and they switched everything up, and they only aired the penultimate episode as the finale, but it really wasn't. And then, of course, Season 2 premiere and all that kind of stuff, and they really screwed up Trigon. They really rushed the crap out of that. It was ridiculous how they did that. But then Deathstroke. They've been teasing the fuck out of Deathstroke. They're promoting Deathstroke as the main villain of Season 2. It's a big thing. They started off strong. It petered out. He was barely, if you go back and look at all the screen time that Slade Wilson had throughout Season 2 of Titans, it's not enough. It's not enough. Now, I know we have a Cadmus storyline going on, but you could have done a lot more with Deathstroke. Not saying there has to be a lot more fight sequences with Deathstroke and the team, or an individual from the team, but he needs to make more of an impact than what was happening. They spent so much other time doing other stuff. At times, I forgot that Deathstroke was supposed to be the main villain because they kept promoting it as such, and then he wasn't. So, as we know, Blackfire, Starfire's sister, they've teased and they've said, promoted to series regular, is going to be the main villain for Season 3. That's what they're talking about. Is she actually going to be? Is she actually going to make a huge impact on the show? Who knows? Because so far, the 2 main villains they've been heavily promoting, Trigon and Deathstroke, not really. Deathstroke had some great moments. I think Deathstroke was a better villain than Trigon, clearly. But they still didn't handle it well. His costume's great. The actor's great. I really enjoy it. But, man, you could have done so much more with the character, and they built it up great, I think, in the first couple episodes with him. But damn did they drop the ball in the second half. I'm like, come on, what happened? The final thing I'll talk about in this video, it's not really a point, but I just want to say this. If you're going to kill off a character, actually make it impactful, and not a negative impactful way. Like Donna Troy, aka Wonder Girl. Are you kidding me? People are even saying, I would have accepted her dying over Cadmus, you know, the mind control Cadmus Superboy, him killing her versus the way she went out. Are you kidding me? I put it in the thumbnail because it's so ridiculous. There's so many ways they could have got out of that. They could easily just walked or just ran to the side of it falling over. Instead, they're just running in the direction it's going to fall down. And then you kill off Donna Troy like that with electricity, and that thing isn't... I don't think that thing was very powerful. Are you kidding me? And it kills her instantly, almost. Now, people are saying, well, clearly they're going to bring her back. Clearly. But you just kind of dropped the ball there, because instead of people actually feeling sad and like, oh my god, I cannot believe they killed her, in a way of like, they just killed Donna Troy, holy crap. Instead of that, a lot of people's reactions were like this. What the fuck are you doing? What are you, seriously, what was that? It was embarrassing. It was really stupid. Then you had the final fight with Deathstroke and Nightwing. And I think overall the fight was pretty solid. A lot of cutting and shit, but whatever. And then he dies. Supposedly, there's a scene that they cut where he wakes up in a hospital bed or something. But they cut that scene. If that scene actually exists, why did they cut it? A bad decision. Once again, a bad decision. I don't understand that. If you're gonna reveal to the fans, hey, you think Deathstroke's dead from that fight? He's actually not. He's gonna come back at some point. But instead, you don't even show the scene. Like, it's pointless. Unless they have no desire to bring him back. But he's such an iconic character. Why not bring him back? I don't understand. But come on. That was just... If you're going to kill off somebody, make it impactful. That's all I'm saying. I know this video is ranty, and maybe I could be more civilized in talking about this stuff, but I just can't. I've been ranting in my head for the last couple of days preparing for this video, and there's no other way to do it. You know, if you go back and watch my reactions to Season 1 and especially Season 2, I give my critiques, but I give my positives as well. And I sit there and go, you know what, I'm going to continue watching the show because I'm expecting it to turn around and actually get to the point where I want it to be. Now, look, maybe it's like this whole thing of expectations and how you were expecting too much. Well, when the show's called Titans, in the first season, understandable is a setup and you're building everything and you're introducing these characters, okay. But then in Season 2, when you're heavily promoting new characters are coming and Deathstroke's the main villain, oh my god, we're doing all this stuff, and then the trailers, the promos, everything are showcasing them in their suits and they're working together. You see flashbacks with Aqualad and that team and all that kind of stuff. And then when you actually get to the show, it's not completely different, but it's pretty much different. Like, yeah, you see the team working together, just little bits and pieces in the flashbacks. Like, that sequence with Aqualad in the flashback where they're actually working together and he's using his powers and they take out a couple of those guys. I think it was like a guy in a van or something or whatever. When they were working together in that flashback, that was pretty cool. And then when that warehouse thing or whatever and they were working there, that was awesome too. It was such a cool sequence. But then they don't do that. They don't do that. And honestly, the highlights, in my personal opinion, for Season 2, besides Deathstroke, because a couple of the Slade scenes were really good, not him fighting, but the fight sequences, I think, were the highlight. Because a lot of the dialogue and a lot of the storylines they're covering, it's okay, it's not amazing, but man, I think the show would work better if we actually had them working as a team early on in Season 2, rebuilding Titans, because they're already in Titans Tower, and then them being a team, and then I think it would progressively, you know, go from there to expanding and working together and, you know, doing what they're supposed to be doing. Being a group of superheroes, the Titans, going out and stopping crime and actually stopping supervillains. That's the whole point, and they weren't doing that. So, I don't know. I'm hoping for a major overhaul in Season 3 because if it gets to that point where Season 3, once again, is the same thing again like Season 1 and Season 2, I'm probably just going to watch it just to critique the hell out of it and say, come on, guys, you could do a lot better than this. So, I know, negative rant video, but I had to say it. So, what do you guys think of my reasonings of why I think the show needs to go a different direction? Do you disagree with me completely? I'm open to hear your thoughts. I'm not here to say you're wrong if you disagree with me. I want to hear your thoughts and I want to hear your honest opinions. Let's have an open, honest discussion about this. So, whatever thoughts you have, let me know in the comment section below, guys, about this, and hopefully things get better. Talk to you guys soon. Peace out.